In this podcast episode, Dr. Alex Tatem, an expert in peptides and men's health, delves into the rapidly evolving world of peptides, their medical and therapeutic potential, controversies surrounding their regulation, and the ways they impact health conditions, ranging from obesity to fertility. The conversation explores the complex relationship between big pharmaceutical companies, regulatory bodies, and patients' access to these promising compounds. Dr. Tatem also offers practical insights into peptide applications, the science behind them, and their broader implications on health and performance. Dr. Tatem begins by simplifying peptides as short chains of amino acids, basic building blocks of proteins, acting like precise keys that target specific receptors or cells in the body. Unlike small molecule drugs that have broad effects, peptides are highly targeted, analogous to using the right Lego pieces to build different structures with distinct functions. This specificity allows peptides to address diverse physiological pathways such as tissue repair, hormone regulation, and metabolic modulation. Insulin was the first peptide isolated and used medically, heralding peptide's role in treating diseases. Later, peptides like leuplide emerged with targeted endocrine functions such as suppressing testosterone production in prostate cancer patients. Over time, new peptides have been developed or discovered that aid in various health domains, including growth hormone release, tissue healing, and metabolic regulation. Compounding pharmacies have historically provided customized medications, but modern regulations tightened federal oversight after a contamination scandal in 2012-21-3. The FDA created categories for compounds allowed to be compounded. Category 1 permitting use of specific approved drugs, Category 2 forbidding those with safety concerns or lacking data, and Category 3 requiring more information. Many popular peptides were initially Category 1, but were moved to Category 2 and banned from compounding around 2023, despite a lack of adverse events or evidence of harm. Dr. Tatem discusses the plausible influence of pharmaceutical companies in restricting peptide access, emphasizing that peptides often cannot be patented, reducing pharma's financial incentive to invest in their full commercial development. The FDA's banning of many peptides may reflect underlying economic interests rather than pure safety concerns. These large firms prioritize profits, and drugs that patients purchase outside established patent frameworks threaten their business model. Clinically, peptides have demonstrated notable effectiveness. One striking example involves the use of GLP-1 receptor agonist peptides like semaglutide and tirzepatide in obesity treatment, which not only promote significant weight loss, but also lead to dramatic improvements in metabolic health and male fertility, with patients regaining normal sperm counts after weight reduction. Other peptides such as BPC-57 and TB500 promote healing of injuries by stimulating blood vessel growth and tissue repair in animal and preliminary human studies. While peptides can aid skin complexion, muscle health, and cognitive function, Dr. Tatem stresses they are not magic bullets. For example, peptides alone do not substitute for exercise when building muscle. Likewise, growth hormone-related peptides have limits and risks. Misuse can carry side effects like insulin resistance or acromegaly. Many view peptides as shortcuts, but these compounds work best when integrated into broader lifestyle and medical strategies. Promising peptides span many areas, including weight loss, skin rejuvenation, gut healing, sleep regulation, and cognitive enhancement. Some peptides like GHKCU are available topically and have shown benefits improving skin quality. Others, such as CAX and DIP, may improve brain function and circadian rhythms, with some delivered via intranasal sprays for better bioavailability. Upcoming advances include biologics, such as monoclonal antibodies designed to protect muscle mass during weight loss by inhibiting muscle degradation enzymes. The FDA-approved GLP-1 drugs like tirzepatide come in standardized pen forms with once-weekly dosing, but compounded versions offer microdosing and custom regimens that may reduce side effects by smoothing drug levels. However, compounded peptides face intense regulatory crackdowns driven by lobbyists from pharmaceutical companies protecting patents and market share. This battle affects patient access to flexible and personalized treatments. Following the 2023 peptide ban on compounding, a gray market flourished with unregulated research use only peptides sold online, often with no guarantees of purity or safety. Dr. Tatem cautions against such sources, likening them to risky gas station sushi where unknown contaminants and inconsistent dosing pose health hazards. He advocates for restoring compounding access under proper legal frameworks for safety and quality. GLP-1 receptor agonists represent the most impactful peptides for treating insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes, and obesity. These peptides slow gastric emptying, reduce appetite, and improve insulin sensitivity. However, they can cause rapid weight loss, which risks muscle loss without adjunct therapies. Efforts are underway to combine such peptides with agents that preserve muscle mass, presenting a future of integrated metabolic therapies. As a men's health specialist, Dr. Tatem explains how metabolic dysfunction and obesity damage hormonal axes, leading to infertility and erectile dysfunction. Peptides aiding weight loss indirectly restore fertility by improving endocrine function. For more severe erectile dysfunction, unresponsive to medications, surgical interventions like penile implants remain critical. His specialization highlights the human side of peptide medicine's potential. Some peptides, such as epitalon, aim to influence cellular aging by promoting telomere maintenance through telomerase activation, though evidence remains preliminary. Others, like GHKCU, appear effective for skin anti-aging but do not have systemic longevity effects yet. The search for a fountain of youth peptide continues, tempered by scientific skepticism and recognition of the complexity of aging processes. Peptides have gained attention through social media virality and increased public interest, fueled by regulatory bans, creating a forbidden fruit effect. High-profile individuals, including Silicon Valley innovators, experiment with peptide stacks to optimize performance and longevity. However, proper medical supervision is essential to mitigate risks and ensure appropriate use. The peptide sector is rapidly expanding, with annual revenues near $60 billion, largely driven by blockbuster drugs like semaglutide and tirzepatide. Interest from pharmaceutical companies and biotechs is surging, particularly as AI expedites peptide discovery and design. Upcoming approvals of novel peptides promise to further grow this substantial market. In April, the FDA announced a forthcoming review in July regarding legalization of 7 peptides previously banned. Among these are BPC 157 for injury repair, TB 500, which promotes blood flow to damaged tissues, and a few peptides targeting cognition and sleep. This development may signal renewed access to important therapeutic peptides under regulated compounding. Dr. Tatem advises patients to consult knowledgeable physicians before pursuing peptides, emphasizing that improper use risks contamination and uncertain dosing. He discourages purchasing research-use-only peptides and recommends waiting for safe, regulated access. He underscores the importance of lifestyle modifications alongside peptide therapies for sustained health benefits. The conversation touches on the Enhanced Games, a proposed event allowing athletes to use performance-enhancing, FDA-approved drugs under medical supervision, contrasting with traditional Olympics anti-doping policies. This raises ethical and practical questions about doping, athlete compensation, and the future of competitive sports. Dr. Tatem shares vulnerable reflections about his own challenges with health, low testosterone, and the grueling nature of medical training. His dedication to advocating for patients' access to peptides and advanced care stems from personal experiences and a deep commitment to improving men's health, fertility, and quality of life through emerging medical innovations.